everybody, just doing a sideboard update. I've got it all mortised and dry fitted together. It's gonna have to come apart. I'm gonna do a lot of sanding to get some of this paint off. Some of it's really thick paint, so I'm gonna sand it off. It's still gonna be rustic, but I don't really want that white paint on there. And then we'll start working on the inset cabinet that's gonna fit down in this recess here. It comes up the legs here, and we'll mount in here with flush drawers. I think I'm going to use probably solid cherry drawer fronts. Okay, I spent some time sanding the leg assemblies last night, well, yesterday after work anyway, and we got these good. I'm going to hit them with 220 grit. I only went up to 180 so far, and as you can see, a lot of the paint's been removed since the initial video, and Samson's been helping some. And so I'm gonna go over them with 220, and then I'm gonna try to get these assemblies glued up so I can then glue up the whole thing. It's gonna be quite a large glue up. Okay, I've got the side assemblies glued up. I'll have to leave them in here for a few hours, and you can see I used dominoes for the stretcher pieces because they were really long to fit on the slot mortar, so they'd have been hanging over quite a bit. So the XL 700 came in pretty handy. But we'll let this cure, and I had to cut this recess in the back right here. It's just a stopped recess, so in the back I can have a frame and panel, so if this is ever anywhere but up against a wall, it'll still look good. Okay, I've got the framework all done, and I'll put a coat of stain on it. I still have to polyurethane it. I've got some drawer slides in up here because this is going to be a sideboard in the dining room, so there'll be some push to open trays that slide out from under the countertop there. I've got the drawer fronts sitting right over here. I don't have them cut. This board came out of the attic, and you can see the grain in there. It's very old growth pine or Douglas fir, I'm guessing. I'm gonna put that together and make the 6 drawer fronts that I need for the cabinet, and then I'll need to make some end panels that go down here on each end. And I've got this other board over here that I was going to probably use for that. Anyway, I got Blum motion on the slides, and they function perfect, and it's coming along nicely. Alright, I got the drawer fronts on the sideboard. It's coming along pretty well. I was going to make some handles for it, and so this is the prototype right here. It's just some oak dowel. I am going to chamfer the ends. I'm going to kind of distress it a little bit too. I got 6 of these to make. They've got some screw thread inserts in here to hold the little standoffs on, and I have to use a long enough screw to get through the drawer box and the drawer fronts and then into the actual handle, which is about 2 1/4 inches long. Alright, update on the sideboard. It's coming along pretty well. I've still got to get to the end panels down here, build the trays that are going to pull out from the side here underneath the countertop, and as you can see, I don't have a back on it. So to fix the back, I'm going to I found a pine board up in the attic, and I'm going to I've got a frame just dry fitted together here. It's just dominoed together, and so we'll do a frame and panel for the back. So if it's ever not standing up against a wall and the back is exposed, it'll still look nice.